podcast, so let's get started right away. So, hello everyone. I am going to be your DM for probably keep this up as long as it really makes sense. It's going to be a bit of a shorter run. There's only going to be one major scenario we're playing out here. Um, we might continue it later. Feel like continue it, might not. So, um, yeah. So take it how it is for the meantime. Might be temporary. Most likely going to be temporary. We'll see. This is going to be run through the universe of Shadowrun 5th edition. 5th edition takes place in, I think, the year 2040. I'm not 100% sure on that. I can't be bothered to check right now, but somewhere around there. The corporate dystopian sci-fi fantasy world of the late 2040s. Magic has happened. A dragon flew out of a volcano. With it became the revival of magic. A whole bunch of humans spontaneously changed into, or were revealed to be, from a lineage of dwarves, elves, orcs, trolls, etc. So now humans just are, like, humanity is now referred to as meta-humanity, so, like, all the main humanoid races are now considered part of meta-humanity. There are cyborg, or like you can have cybernetics and become like a cyborg, although you always have like just you're attaching robotic constituents to your normal body. You're not like becoming a full robot body cyborg that like goes into the shell. You're becoming just more like augmented, like Deus Ex. There's magic and spell casting, just like in any fantasy that you're accustomed to. There's spirits, there's elementals. Things like that have emerged with the coming of the dragons as well. And with that, Native Americans retook, because they were very magically adaptive, they sort of retook most of the former United States sort of became wilds again because of magic, like uninhabitable to most. So the Native Americans just took back that land because they could exist in it perfectly fine as very magically adapted people. So the former United States is broken up into two main constituents, and the constituent we're going to be dealing with is on the West Coast. I can do directions in my head. West Coast. So Seattle is one of the biggest cities of the former U.S. And in this corporate dystopian future, police and ambulances, all the public services you know and love, are now all completely privatized. So if you haven't paid for them, then you won't get them. So if you want an ambulance to come and you don't have any money, then you will not have an ambulance come. If you give them a small amount of money, they'll come in like 2 hours or so. And if you have a lot of money and you can afford the platinum dock wagon membership, they'll fly a helicopter out every time you have the common cold. So, yeah. Same goes for police. If you don't have a police contract, the police will not respond to your call. So there's, like, ghettos have emerged and things like that. And,
So if you're going to get shot, shoot a rich person as well.
Yep.
Although, straight up, if you have a gunshot wound next to a rich person, the dock wagon will come up, airlift them out, and leave you bleeding to death on the street.
That's true. They're ruthless.
They don't give a
bastards.
And Dance may or may not have dealt with that during her intermission phase. So there's the universe in a nutshell. What our story revolves around is a concert happened. There was this fancy hotel up on a hill. Or not hotel, There's a fancy mansion up on a hill. There's this area of Seattle called Millionaire Hills. There's like there's like a dozen or so mansions. So the super rich live literally up in the hills looking down on the rest of the slums of Seattle. And if the geography of Seattle doesn't allow for that, then magic happened and made it that way. So fuck you. I actually don't know the geography of Seattle at all. I'm just saying that, all those things. So, magic. Anyways, and that's our excuse for the evening. Anytime something doesn't make sense because of magic. But either way,
Totally.
one of these, the newest and fanciest of these mansions was owned by a troll named Blackhorn, who is, think of him like a if Daft Punk was a giant 10-foot tall troll with a single black horn, then that was Black Horn. And in the events covered, I guess we have to spoil things. Things did not go well at this concert. This was like the kickoff event. It was like a concert venue mixed with with his house. So imagine like a super swanky mansion plus, oh hey, there's also this like 500-person concert venue. It got packed to the gills. And then during a more solemn part of the concert, gunshots went off. Blackhorn fell to the ground and died. And several of the characters that are players, whoa, wait, no, they're down below me. Whoa. Several of our characters were witness to shenanigans going on. Many of them realized that Blackhorn had most likely died to either disease or poisoning or something. Like he was foaming at the mouth, and then he fell to his knees, and then he fell on his face and died. He did not have any gunshot wounds. And immediately after the gunshots, panic broke out, and there was sort of a stampede for the exit doors, and people died. 12 people in total died during the panic that ensued after the gunshots. And police held accountable a single man who they labeled as a deranged fan, gone wrong, apparently sent death threats, things like that. A guy by the name of, because I can remember names, it was Brock? No, Brett. Brett Hannigan was the person who was blamed for everything. They say that he purchased a gun. He shot Blackhorn dead because he sold out and became a millionaire. Apparently he sent death threats before. He had a manifesto posted online. The works. He was tried, convicted, and then a year later, a year after the concert to the day, several people have been brought together by the manager of the property, or the owner of the estate now, and the manager of the deceased musical icon, Blackhorn. So Blackhorn had a sort of like an accountant manager kind of guy who took care of all of the business stuff. He sort of took over control of the company and the estate because it was part of the company, became under his control. And a year later, after the concert, he's decided to hold a seance in the place because there's been some strange things that happening that require seances, of course. So he has brought in hired muscle. He's brought in a medium and a spiritual healer. He's brought in...
Yeah, Saf. I just don't have one yet.
Because the spirits have been involved, they've sort of caused chaos amongst the electrical system, so they brought in a computer technician to deal with everything, someone who can deal with... And also, that person has a specialist with like mechanical things, because there's a lot of moving parts to this mansion. There's like sliding doors, like glass sliding doors, which have just been sort of like opening and shutting randomly, and trapping various employees within for periods of hours before they just open again randomly without any indication of why. So shit's been happening in this mansion. They brought together a team of people, and amongst the team of those people are... let's start with introductions. Let's see. And I talked to each of these players beforehand to cover the 1 year intermission between the concert and this seance. And don't reveal too, like, I want you to be sort of reserved to reveal information to even the players, but we all want to be fun and have a good storytelling experience, so even if there is like an oops, hey, we revealed some information, we're going to do our best.
We'll use magic to erase it from our memory.
Magic. Yeah, so we're going to do our best not to metagame. So yeah, give a brief character introduction. Who are you? What do you do? Defining characteristics, like are you a troll? Like all that fun stuff. So let's start, I don't know. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right.
Okay, so my name is Rochelle Margain. I am a spiritualist and herbalist. I specialize in alchemy, and I work a lot with plants. I have my own shop where we grow different, excuse me, where we grow different plants and things to make potions and stuff like that. When I was at the concert, I met a young human. Her name is Emile. I brought her back with me, and she became my assistant at the shop. So things have been a lot easier since she joined me. I am an elf. I'm in my mid-20s. I have red curly hair, as you can see, and freckles. Um, I tend to be really into music, and I like to have a good time. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at Vince fucking around with money. God damn it, Vince. All right.
Yeah. So.
Who wants to go? Oh, yeah. So, and
Yeah, Scar. I haven't had a chance to ask them.
Coming along with you to the séance, Emile is coming along with you to the séance.
Yes, she will be assisting me at the séance. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, they have been hired on as both the spiritual healer and the medium. Who wants to go next?
Yeah, Uzi.
Not everyone at once. Matt, go next.
I knew it was gonna be me if nobody said anything.
I saw you. I saw you like getting all pensive and like sitting back, like, oh, he's not gonna pick. Oh, yeah, or he's gonna pick me. Yeah, whatever. Go.
I knew it.
Do it.
I'm Bato. I'm a Islander troll. So I'm fairly tall. I'm 8'2".
Sorry. One side note. So people's race, like their previous race, so you could be like an Irish elf, like I believe Dance is, right?
Yep.
And you can be a Pacific Islander who's also a troll. So you have like two races now. You're like your meta-humanity race and then your normal like human race. But yeah, sorry, go ahead. Important side note for context.
I'm a rigger, so basically I do all the technical, repair all the mechanical things, repair or fix, do all the programming, all that kind of stuff. That's how I make a living. And I have a small cybernetic marmoset named Bobo. He's actually ambassador of Thrace.
He's those with proper manners refer to him as Mr. Bobo. But yes, continue. Sorry.
I was invited to the mansion to help work out the technical glitches that they've been having.
Cool. And next, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
You already know it's going to be Vince.
Oh.
Called it.
It is Vince.
Yep.
That was eeny, miny, mo who decided that.
Uh-huh.
No, it wasn't. Specific preferences.
Okay. So Vince, tell us about yourself.
I like long walks on the beach.
Oh, yes. That was
Bachelor number 1. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, goodness.
No, but in the sense of making fun of cop names, because I am playing a law enforcement officer, my character's name is Charles Rambo, with his predecessor being Roger McLean. I work for Lone Star, the Lone Star Company, which is the main corporation that was overseeing the facility where Blackhorn died. I was a first responder on scene in the prior episode, and I am playing a human, a sleazy kind of cop type.
Thank you for the host, Zai. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And I feel like that's all I should say without giving away too much.
Sweet. And you were just sort of hired on for extra security, right?
Correct.
Sweet. Sitnas, tell us about yourself.
My character's name is Sitnas, as always. I'm a white human. I am Blackhorn's former girlfriend. And I am a Shadowrunner. I've been hired on as security for the night. And that's pretty much it.
Cool. for those of you who weren't here for our last session, which is probably most of the people in the audience, she was there when Blackhorn died. So were pretty much everyone. Vince, Sitnos, were both at the precise place where he died. Dance was up in a VIP section, and Magier was sort of skulking around. But
Sorry about that,
he was
Mike.
also near the body, relatively. But yeah, and wow, we only have 40 minutes left, so I'll try to keep things moving along. The sky is ominous as you each approach the mansion. The same taxi company that dropped you off after the events of the concert are the ones who picked you up. Like plush black limousine with like velour interior. The clouds are growing darker and darker as it approaches the evening. It's probably about 7 p.m. when you approach on the evening of, was it July the 26th? There's
1 year after the concert, right?
Yeah, exactly a year after the concert to the day is the evening of the seance. The clouds are growing darker, and you can sort of see lightning. You can see lightning off in the distance, but it's like so far away that you can like barely even hear it. And it's like, yeah, and it's gone. 1 second, I haven't even. This is how improvised this is going to be. I haven't developed pseudonyms for everyone yet. So as you each arrive, you're greeted by a doorman. He's a human with a white mustache and a deep scar on the left side of his face.
Scar!
And as he takes your coat, he says, due to the confidential nature of the evening, you're being provided with an alias. We would prefer it if you would refer to yourselves only by this alias for everyone's protection. So he gives that same speech to everyone as they enter, and let's see. I need to get these off. Oh my, the world is so bright. Oh my god.
Well, you're not cool anymore. So
Yeah, you're not cool.
anymore.
You've done this before.
you lost all the coolness now.
Oh my god, my
Oh
eyes
god.
burn. Yeah, we can sort of go through that introduction here. So Vince is the first one to arrive in the manor, and 1 second. So another thing about how this campaign is going to be working, because there's some secretiveness involved, I'm going to be typing private messages to various players at various points to give them relevant information that I want only them to know. So I need to do that with Vince, because he's talking to someone.
Are you sending those on TeamSpeak or Skype?
I'm going to be sending those messages on TeamSpeak.
Okay.
Private side note.
Because otherwise it might pop up on your screen too, Dance.
Right. Yeah.
Where's... I don't want to make a complaint. Open chat. There.
That's almost the same thing.
Almost. Pretty much
Make
the
a
same thing.
complaint. This person has been found guilty of murder.
I hope I have my TeamSpeak sounds off in case I get a message.
Alright, so you
find out.
greet the doorman. Or you approach the doorman, and he says, "Hello, good sir. May I take your coat?"
Very. Wow. You caught me off guard with that one. So yeah, very. Just take my coat off and offer it to him. Nothing really big.
He's like, I'm going to be one of the assistants for the evening. You may refer to me simply as the doorman. For the sake of everyone's safety, it would be best if you held firm to these aliases. or to the aliases provided, your name will be Mr. Yellow. Get it? Lone Star? Yellow?
Oh, Jesus.
Their core company colors are yellow. Whatever. But yes, so Vince is Mr. Yellow, and he shows you indoors. You're on the interior of the mansion. So you pass through the door. He remains outside. You see a young woman with black hair in a maid outfit. She looks pretty dang normal, except for the very odd thing is that she has an eye patch with a little kitty icon on it. So it's like outside of like Asian shops, you have like the little cat with a paw. Like it's like a symbol of wealth and money. And so she has it's like embossed onto this black leather eye patch covering her left eye. But yeah, and she greets you, gives you a little curtsy and a smile. She brings you into a lounge for coffee and brandy.
Sounds excellent. I'm already ahead of the game.
Awesome.
Nice.
So you arrive in there, and it's rather lonesome. How do you occupy yourself?
Is there anyone else in the room prior to, or no?
She's opened the door for you and let you in. And she's there's trays of like brandy that are already poured off. And there's like a coffee pot with some beautiful ceramics in the corner.
Cool.
I will go ahead and start fixing myself a drink until other people start arriving.
All right. She notices you heading over to the glasses, and then she's like, "I'll be right outside in the hallway if you need me, sir."
Kind of just gives like a jerk thumb up motion.
She gives you a brief curtsy again and closes the door behind her. So you are now alone in the lounge. Also, by the way, stream, if you want to have some context for how this may or may not play out, watch the movie Clue from 1983, starring Tim Curry, Christopher Lloyd, Martin Mull.
It's a classic.
And others. Madeline Kahn. Fucking great movie, and things are going to be familiar. Anyways, moving on. We work on professionalism with our transitions. We strive for professionalism.
Pro DMing.
Yep. I'm a veteran of over one campaign.
Half a campaign.
Half a campaign.
Awesome.
No, we did like 3 missions. That's like, I don't know,
1/10 of a campaign.
1/10 of a campaign.
Sorry, I'm not gonna lie, you had me worried. I thought I was gonna have you back in a red dress again.
Oh, yeah.
So I told someone this already. I don't even remember who, but the lady in the red dress will not be seen again. She doesn't exist in this world anymore.
Oh, damn it.
Told that to me.
You're supposed to be practicing
That's
the
so
pickup
What
lines.
I'm gonna do,
Nope. Not
I'm gonna
happening.
send you a red dress, and in 2 weeks when we do this again, you're gonna be wearing it.
Didn't you say something about an apron?
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
but you said you wouldn't wear it.
Yeah, I wouldn't wear it. Anyways, you are
No, you're
correct.
wearing the red
Waste.
dress. If I have to show up there and make you put it on.
Anyways, sure, I'll wear a red dress for you. Only for you, baby.
Aw.
That's a lie. I won't wear the red dress for you.
Ugh, bastard.
Anyways, let's see. Who do I want to arrive second?
It's gonna be me. It's always me.
It's gonna be
He
me.
thinks
I
these decisions
want-
are hard, but they're not.
This is hard because it matters. I want Bato to arrive next.
Bato!
Called it.
Anyways, yeah, you arrive. The doorman greets you. It's an older gentleman with a deep scar on his left eye and a white mustache. He's like, "May I take your coat, good sir?"
I'm not wearing a coat.
Oh,
Strike one.
"May I take your hat, good sir?"
Have you been doing this job long? Or
If you don't have a
is your
coat, he's
vision
like,
that impaired?
If-
I don't have a hat either, sir.
"It's rather chilly out, but oh wait, no, it's July." Ha! I'm a liar.
Wow.
Anyways,
Gotcha.
story context.
Jeez.
It matters. I forgot it. It was July for a second there. Anyways, he's like, right this way, good sir. And he opens he begins to open the door. He's like, you may refer to me for the remainder of the evening as the doorman. For the safety and privacy of all parties involved, we would prefer it if you referred to everyone within this mansion tonight only by an alias. The alias we have provided with you is Mr. Gray. Which, oh my god, wait, wasn't Mr. Gray totally like 50 Shades of... That was... Oh, fuck. I didn't
No,
even
it's
think
gotta
about that.
stay now.
Good one.
He has to be
Bounce,
Mr.
wow,
Gray.
wow.
50 Shades of Grey didn't occur to my brain until just now.
Well, Freudian
Good.
slip.
But I
So-
refuse.
Freudian
I
slip.
refuse to cave. I will not cave to the influences of that book.
Good
and
for
or
you,
movie.
Czar.
But, anyways,
Now you owe me wearing the red dress.
Yeah, that's true.
you, you enter into the mansion, and you're greeted by a maid wearing nothing but an eye patch. No, wearing normal clothes with the exception of an eye patch covering her, I think was left eye. We'll go with left eye. Everyone's got something fucked with their left eyes for
It's
no
true.
particular reason. There is no story reason for that, by the way. Just I hate left eyes apparently.
Thing
But
against
yeah,
left
so she has
eyes.
an eye patch on her left eye with a cat icon, and she's like, what voice did I go for last time?
You should do a French accent.
Oh yes.
See, I thought I wanted to do French maid, but I can't do a French.
Come
woman.
on, you
It's
have
not-
to.
It isn't possible.
Yes, it is.
Oui, oui,
Do it.
mademoiselle. Or oui, oui, monsieur.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
going back in time. Fuck it. Going back in time, the conversation Vince had with the maid was all done in a French accent.
Okay.
Wait,
Love it.
Yes.
Wait, fuck.
This is the best.
Um,
Hey, Glenn.
I'll only
So-
accept it if you speak fluent French.
oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
That's
No.
how much French I know. And monsieur.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Anyways, moving on. You're greeted by a maid. She gives you a polite curtsy. She has this eye patch with an embossed cat emblem on it. And as she curtsies, she gives you a sly little wink. And she's like, oui, oui, monsieur.
I love it.
Bonjour.
Bonsoir.
Just really mess them up. Like respond back with "Parlez-vous français?"
Parlez-vous français?
She speaks English, but she has a French accent, Czar, you know.
Yes. But she still needs to know a few words. Like, even when,
That's
like,
true, I guess.
if you have a foreign language, then usually you'll say, like,
Heck yeah, me too, Glenn.
hello, but slightly, like, so if I was a German, I would say, like, hello. Like, I wouldn't say, like, hello. But either way, so do you mention anything, or how do you react to that?
You look familiar. Do I know you from somewhere? Yeah.
She sort of smiles and looks down a bit, and she's like, oh, maybe
Poor
you
Czar.
recognize me from my work at the cafe, but
He just gave up the
Um,
accent. Damn it, Czar.
either
Damn
way,
it.
tonight, my only name is Maid, and then she gives you a sly little bat with her hand,
Oh, boy.
and gives you another wink.
I just nod
Yeah, he is.
knowingly.
Wait, that was
And-
supposed to be in a French accent. God damn.
I was like, did you just give up on
And
the French
just like
accent?
that, the French accent is gone.
Oh.
She's a fraud.
And my version is ruined.
All that I said before was said in a French accent. Go, Matt. Continue.
Cheater.
I kind of give a knowing nod and ask for directions to where I should start as far as working on the electronics.
Well, before you get to work on God, fuck, accent. Before you get to work on the
Yes!
on
That
the
was German?
electronics. Wait, that was German? Fuck.
Yeah, that was German.
She's
That
just
was
gonna
close.
be a German maid. Fuck it, I can't do French.
Oh my god.
She's a German maid.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Guys, I can't do voices.
We believe. We
We
believe.
believe. No, I have to think too hard to do the French accent. So,
Alright, fine.
um,
Yeah. go
German
ahead.
maid is also
Immersion.
sexy, so we'll go with that.
R.I.P. French maid.
Before you get to work on the electronic systems, we will have a brief meeting in the lounge. If you would like, pour yourself a drink and introduce yourself to the other guests. And
It's alles gut.
es good.
It's alles gut. It's all
Uh,
Vince can't handle this.
Vince is in full face palm mode now. Vince, you know what you're signing up for when you joined us, baby. Anyways, she opens the door for you when she says that. And inside you see a human with black messy hair. And are you wearing a suit, Vince? I assume you're dressed very similar. You look very
Look, he's
similarly to
wearing-
yourself.
I'm dressed what my
Yeah.
character's dressed like.
Yeah. How's your character dressed?
Exactly like this.
Okay, good. So you
Very
someone who
similar
looks
to this.
very similar to what Vince looks like right now. Rip French fade. Sorry.
Excuse me, sir. Were you actually no? I would know who he is.
He actually let's introduce our role systems here. So I'm going to your values are going to be hidden, not because I want them to be hidden, but I'm going to be making them up on the fly
But because
so-
I don't know what they are.
because I don't know what they are until I decide.
Oh, sorry, that's loud.
So I can get this to not be my entire other monitor.
Classic czar.
Classic. And I want to ask a context question about your character. No, I actually know that's about your character already. That's fine. All right.
Alright, I have to write that down or else I'll forget.
So
I have no paper.
I'm going to give you a memory value. Your memory is going to be 4. Actually, no. This is going to be even better.
Oh, this pen doesn't
That
work.
fits into this.
Let's see. Do
I
have
want to
pens?
give you a value of 3 for that. What should the difficulty of this be? The difficulty of this is going to be... We'll just stick to 3 for everyone for this. So I want... Vince, I want you to roll. So how our rolls are going to work is we're going to be using Shadowrun 5th edition rolls. So you have to roll 6-sided dice. Based on your skill level, you'll get a certain number of 6-sided dice. 5 or a 6 is a success or a hit. 1 through 4 is a big old fail. And if you roll all
That's okay,
ones,
Saf, I
it's
got
super
it.
bad for you, and I'll
Thank you,
make you
though.
suffer for it. So don't do that. Or if you roll 0 hits, it can be really bad for you. So I can tailor how well things work out for you based on how many hits you had. So if you only got half the number of hits that you needed to succeed, I'm not going to make you fail terribly. I'm just going to make you fail somewhat. But I'm going to have... Vince, you are going to roll a 6 dice. And the roll for this is... So you're going to roll 6d6 plus 0, exploding none. Target number is greater than, so you have to switch that from less than to greater than, and 5. And that is going to be in roll 20.
Okay, so it's a 1d6.
It's 5d6.
You're going to be rolling...
Ah,
wait, no,
okay.
did I say 5 or 6d6?
You said 5.
I
You're going
have
to be
a-
rolling 6d6.
Okay.
Not typing in the window.
I have
So
a
three
separate scene
successes,
for when
and
we
I
use a
want-
map, but I didn't have time to set it up,
Matt,
so
you
we're
are
gonna just
going
wing
to
it.
be...
No, I'm saying. Gonna have to wing it.
rolling
I like how you're
3.
celebrating before you even know if that's a good thing.
Roll
I know, right?
3d6s.
Oh, 3d6s?
Yep.
Target number greater than 5?
Same. when you enter the room, you see a man dressed very much like Vince is right now, and he looks vaguely familiar, but I don't, almost just like one of those faces you've seen on like walking to the deli, like you like you're like sort of recognize the fact that you might have seen him before, but you have no idea where from. But he's sitting in the corner making himself a drink when you enter into the room. No, he hasn't, Matt.
Oh, okay.
And it wouldn't matter, based on the context of what's happening.
Okay. I walk over to, I guess he's at a table, or...
Actually, do the same roll again. So,
Okay.
6 for Vince and a 3 for Matt.
Oh my
I'll
God,
be
how
right
do you
back.
turn that off?
2 successes.
If you're waiting on me, I already rolled, sorry.
Oh, you did? Okay. I see. The same thing sort of happens for Vince. You're a little more, you're like confident you've seen his face before, but you can't quite remember where.
Okay.
So how do you guys greet each other?
I don't greet him because I'm a piece of shit, and all I need. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I allowed to curse?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't
Dance-
care.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Let me
think
correct.
Max doesn't have a
I'm a
problem with
piece
that.
of crap, and I'm gonna enjoy my drink instead of enjoying the company of this fine man. Or
You can
well, troll.
curse. I don't care.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't, I'm going to eventually anyways, so... I think I already said fuck once at least.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
Well, now it's an
Um,
adult stream.
Yep. This is an 18 plus stream.
Yep. Mature people only.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just acknowledge his presence as I walk in.
Okay.
And
Robot
he
Matt.
obviously doesn't...
Robot.
Is it really that bad?
It really is. You're fitting the role of cyborg perfectly.
Otto.
Continue.
Anyways, when he obviously doesn't acknowledge me, I just walk over and make myself a whiskey on the rocks, and go sit by what I assume is a giant fireplace in this frickin' mansion.
Yep.
Although I
there's,
would also assume that it's not lit at this point.
there's like a large red armchair.
Sure,
There's like a
text.
small. There's not like a fire roaring, but there is like a small fire crackling in the back of this giant fucking fireplace. It's like there's like this giant brick archway around the fireplace, like a black walnut mantle above that, or like attached to that, and there's like a rather spacious fireplace with a very small fire burning inside.
Well, I am going to find the largest armchair in the room and sit in that.
The largest armchair in the room is sitting right in front of the fireplace. It's like a large red velvet armchair.
And it's mine now.
Okay. So Vince is still sitting at the bar area. Matt is sitting at the armchair with the glass.
I take one of the ice cubes covered in whiskey and hand it to Bobo, so he has something to suck on.
Aw.
Yep. Bobo gladly accepts your ice cube and he crawls back into your dreadlocks. So Bobo is a very small monkey. He's a marmoset, and Matt is an incredibly large being. He's a troll. He's, 8, 9 feet tall?
Yeah.
And he has very long dreadlocks, so Bobo literally spends most of his time on his shoulder and in his dreadlocks. Mr. Bobo, I'm sorry. Sorry to be rude. Anyways. So continuing on. I want, Dance, you arrive next.
Alrighty.
Your order is so predictable.
So Dance. You and Emil arrive. What are you two wearing?
I'm wearing my standard black leather jacket, thigh highs, uh, with leggings underneath, and a red dress.
All right.
Not the red dress.
Not
Not
the
the
red dress.
At least
you know
I'm
what?
not role
I'm
playing
gonna
you.
okay. I'm gonna change it. Can I change it? It's gonna be a green
Go for it.
dress,
Go ahead. Redress.
like a emerald green.
Ooh, that works perfectly for your pseudonym.
Uh,
Dun dun dun. Good thing too, because I had forgotten your pseudonym, or come up with a pseudonym for you.
I think mine would be the easiest one, since I'm obsessed with the color green.
There we go.
And yet you picked red.
I know. I don't know why. I think I was just looking at my red hair, going, "Yeah," but actually I want green. Hi, Charmin.
So yeah, you
I'll sing your song in a minute.
you and Emil arrive. You're wearing a green dress and with a black leather coat over it.
Yep.
As you, Emil is, she's not like clinging on to you, but she's standing very close, like she's like following right behind your shoulder, like to the side of you. And she is wearing, coming up with a color and a pseudonym. Before I decide this, Sitnas, what color are you going to be wearing? No
I don't know.
reason in particular. Put some thought
It
into
should
that.
be black. Sitness.
Oh, Matt actually guessed right.
Matt, what did you guess?
I win again.
Blue.
Blue.
You people are so predictable.
What did he guess? What did he guess?
Well, I was gonna say red, but then the dress, so blue.
Then I'm going to make, Emil is wearing a,
Purple.
Vomit brown.
No. Stop it.
Whoa.
Yeah, I did.
she's
totally ruined
wearing a, yes, she's wearing a purple dress.
Yes.
Because Miss Violet is a character in Clue as well, so it'll
Yep.
be easy.
Yep.
Alright, she's wearing a violet dress next to the green dress of Dance. You approach the manor, and you're greeted by a doorman. He has a large, deep scar on the left side of his face. He has a white mustache. He greets both of you. He's like, greetings, madames. May I take your coats?
I give him my coat willingly, and I coax Emil to do the same.
Yeah, she sort of like, after you do it, she immediately follows suit. He continues. Thank you, ma'am, or thank you, ma'ams, madams. For the privacy of yourselves as well as others involved with the events of this evening, our employers have deemed it prudent to acknowledge each other by alias. The alias provided to you will be, and he leans towards you, or he gestures towards you, Dance, Ms. Green, and towards you, or
Score.
to you, for you. Wow, I can talk tonight. I didn't just get off of a shift and immediately start role-playing.
we believe in you.
I believe,
You
too.
can do it, Czar.
That's
You gotta believe.
I put my heart in the cards. Anyways, and you, ma'am, will be Miss Violet. And he's like, I hate saying like that. Anyways, he
Poor
then
Czar.
gestures towards the door and begins to open it for you. You're greeted when you walk in. You're greeted by a maid with an eye patch that everyone else has seen, so I won't describe her anymore. And she says, "Hello, hello, madams.
She's not French, she's
Back to
German now.
French.
She's German now. She's been German since the last time she spoke."
But she just
She
did
has
a French
split
accent.
personalities.
Yeah. Poor Czar.
I can't do accents. Anyways, hello,
Oh,
madams.
Hello, good evening.
Before we begin tonight's activity, I found the German accent. Before we begin tonight's activities, we will all meet and have a few drinks in the lounge.
Okay.
And she opens the door, and inside you see a troll sitting in an armchair, and you see a human standing over the bar, still making himself busy with a drink. And I want the three of you to make rolls. Dance, you'll only be rolling 2. The other 2 of you make the same rolls you made before, 6 and 3 respectively.
Okay, I don't know how to do that.
Right, so in roll 20, you will see a dice icon on the left side. Looks like a 20-sided die.
Okay.
Click on that. Go to advanced roll.
Okay.
Move that roll 1 up to 2. And then change your d20 to a d6, and then still plus 0. Exploding is going to be none. Target number you need to change from less than to greater than. So it's going to be greater than 5. And
We
then
both
hit that
rolled
roll
so
button.
low.
Okay.
It's gonna be a Mean Girls moment. She doesn't even go here.
And then roll.
Roll 2, yep. Alright, wow!
Wow, no one knows each other.
Nobody knows each other! Who do I even give that to? I give that to no one. You walk in, and you don't recognize anyone in there.
Okay.
And
so
nobody
how do you-
recognizes you.
How do you two act?
When we enter, I look to make sure that Emil's sticking close to me since there's 2 people in there that we don't know.
Yep.
We look around. Is there a couch or something? Like, is there an open seat?
Yeah, there's like 3 couches in the room, aside from the one armchair that is being occupied by the troll.
Okay.
Excuse me. And all of those are available. There's also drink.
Okay, so I turn to Emil. How are you feeling? You want something to drink? You want me to fix this a drink?
She's sort of like she's shifting her weight a bit, and she's like, no, I'm good.
Okay, well then let's just have a seat and see what's going on. So we'll walk over to one of the couches and have a seat.
And I guess it's obvious for Dance, and I'll just say this out loud because I don't want to bother typing it. It's not that important. But she's noticeably more nervous than she's been in the previous weeks.
Okay.
But yeah, you two take a seat at the couch, and the other guests keep themselves occupied.
I bet Sitnass
Can I-
comes in next.
And then Sitnas comes in next. No, what was that, Dan?
Can I talk to the? Am I like near where Bato is sitting?
No, the couch or the couches are pretty far away from the lone chair. The lone chair is sort of off on its own,
Okay.
facing the fireplace.
Okay,
The
then.
couches are like at the periphery of the room.
Okay, then I would say we just sit and kind of look around awkwardly, not sure what to do.
All right. Do either of you react to her entering?
I
Nope.
would, when the door opens, look to see who came in, but otherwise stay there unless they addressed me.
And you don't recognize either of them. All right. Everyone's rolling so fucking low. I wanted to, like, weave in, like, hey, someone knows something that someone else doesn't know, but no one's rolling. Ain't nobody rolling well, baby. Doesn't matter. Well, things will resolve themselves either way. And then Sitnos arrives.
Ba-ba-da-da.
Alright, so you approach the manor wearing what was it, a blue dress?
No, it's a dark blue pantsuit.
Dark blue pantsuit, alright. So describe how you look as well.
Rules are part of life.
Casual.
Alright.
Dark hair.
And heavy
Don't look
makeup.
like myself anymore. Heavy makeup.
Cool. You
Cool.
are greeted by a doorman, and I want you to roll 4. Wait, no.
On D6.
You're gonna roll 5 on a d6. Yep. So, advanced roll 5d6 plus 0, exploding none. Target number greater than 5. And I'm gonna actually have them do the same.
There we go.
Something seems off about the doorman. Either by his mannerisms or his voice, something seems oddly familiar. Like, you've heard his voice before, and you've seen someone who looks like him, but again, as we've seen before when you fail this check, you can't quite put your finger on who he is, but you know for sure you've seen him before. Like Vince's nearly succeeded skill check, you're confident that you have seen him before.
Okay.
But as you approach him, he's like, "Hello, ma'am. You're eagerly awaited. May I take your coat?" Oh, wait, you don't
No,
have a coat.
thank you.
Baby.
Well, I do, but it's kind of my clothes.
Okay, it's kind of your clothes, so it's kind of important
Take
to
it.
not
Take it off anyway.
the top of the suit. Yeah, so, he's like, if you would if you would please join us inside, we might begin the evening's festivities.
Did you give her pseudonym?
Oh wait! Oh, ha!
Come on,
Thank you.
Czar, slip it up.
Good job.
I'm panicking about the fact that it's 11:56 right now. Sorry. He's like, for your safety as well as the safety of everyone involved, we've seen fit to provide the participants of the evening's events with a pseudonym. Yours will be Miss Blue. Is that what you want?
Cool.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, she gets to choose? Is that what you want?
Don't get to choose,
I
Matt,
want it
because
to be
I don't
Mr.
like
Black.
you.
Ooh.
It also just, I don't have anything that fits with her character well as a color. The others, it made more sense.
Why am I gray?
Because you're mechanical and shit.
And all mechanical shit is gray?
Lots of mechanical shit is gray.
Lots of it is silver.
I don't care about you or your feelings, Matt. Anyways, moving forwards, because we don't have much time left, you're greeted by the same maid that has been previously described, wearing the eye patch.
With a French-German accent.
With a French, Germanish, or normal accent, depending on how I'm doing with my voices.
Poor Czar.
Hello, madame. Oh, wait.
God.
You guys are my head. Hello, madame.
That's.
I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just giving her a vague European accent. She's vaguely
She's
European.
confused. It's fine.
She's just as confused as me. She's never
Hello.
done an accent before. Neither have I. I mean, what? That's not the truth. I'm teasing. But either way. Would you like to retire to the lounge? Fuck. You guys are 100% in my head now. Anyways.
We're not judging you.
No judgment, of course not. Would you like to retire to the lounge for a
Hey,
refreshment
sharp man,
before
he.
we begin the evening's activities?
Oh, is there red below?
There. Did you ask her that?
Yeah.
I believe there's a red armchair in the lounge, if that is what you want.
Come on.
Then that's where I'll go.
Alright. She opens the door, and you see a troll sitting in the only red thing in the entire room, the red armchair.
Wow.
Roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative. We're fighting. You see two girls sitting on a couch on the side of the room, and a man in a suit occupying himself at the bar. Everyone roll!
Oh, Glenn, thank you for the host.
That's what she's rolling.
I did. You rolled it earlier.
Oh, okay.
Still 5.
Yep, 5d6. Jesus, you guys!
Okay,
What
whatever.
is wrong with you all?
Sorry,
Yes,
tell me
yes.
again.
We can't remember shit. That's what's wrong.
Lives another day.
Oh my
Dance, you are 2.
God.
So roll 2d6, everything else the same?
I think I gave you 2, right? You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
She had one less than me.
How do you see the result of your roll? I have no idea.
Sitnas, you
I don't know.
you recognize sort of like the events of the concert evening are embossed in your brain pretty well, and I'm gonna give
I don't know.
Ty to the attacker here. Tie to the attacker as if you're
What?
attacked. At least because you're equal successes, I'm going to give her a lot more than I gave any of you.
I don't know how
You
to caption this.
recognize. Let's see. And a lot of this is going to have context with who she's actually met before. She recognizes the face of Rochelle. She like you can recall that like I remember seeing her at the concert, but you haven't seen her any other context. You know she was like in the VIP section at the concert. So it's sort of odd to see her again a year later in that very mansion.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun. And like you see the troll and the man in the suit as well, and you're how much do I give you? You definitely recognize their face, and you sort of are connecting in your brain, like you recognize their faces with regards to the events around the concert, but you can't quite remember where from. Lives another
Doing
day.
well, Sharpman.
All right. But yeah, how do you enter in the room? Do you interact with anyone else?
I find the nearest, loneliest chair.
There is 2 empty couches in the room. Do you occupy one of them then?
Aren't I sitting at one of them, or no? Or are there two
There's
There's 3 total.
3 couches
okay.
in the room. One of them is occupied.
Thank you.
Alright.
So you just go to an empty couch.
The furthest away from everyone.
Wow.
Hashtag loner.
And because of how the roles worked out, I'm going to say, Vince and Matt, you both also do the same thing. You recognize her face, and you know that it had something to do with that concert, but you can't quite remember where from.
Okay.
Like it's like on the tip of your tongue, like the tip of your brain tongue is like, I know
Tip of
that
your
person.
brain tongue.
Where the fuck do I know that person from? Your brain tongue. It's an important thing.
Oh my
guys know that brains have tongues?
No!
I'm the one with the biology degree.
I was gonna say biology degree.
Therefore, brains have tongues. That's decided. Anyways. But yeah. And I think we should call it there because we are out of time.
Sounds good.
All right, sounds good.
The following in behind Sitnos is the maid and the doorman both file in. The door creaks and then slams a little bit at the end, and everyone looks around and realizes that room is now both closed and occupied by all the characters described, and that is where we will end that scene, or that's where we will begin the next scene and beginning of the next session. So, I guess the thing we did at the end was of previous campaigns was shout outs. So if you do streaming stuff or online stuff, feel free to shout out whatever you're doing. We'll just go around, starting with Matt. We're going counterclockwise from the bottom because I felt like doing that. Matt, do you do anything streaming wise or online wise that you want people to know about?
No.
Cool, good. Dance. Are you doing anything online, streaming-wise, that you want people to know about?
Yeah, we have SDP every Saturday on this channel at 9 p.m. I stream mainly for Extra Life and also just for fun. And yeah.
Cool. Vince?
Okay, I got a lot.
Sweet, go for it.
So I am one of the community administrators for the hashtag film community on in the creative section of Twitch. So I can post the information for the Discord in there, but anything other relating to film, from screenwriting to visual effects to editing to prop making, etc., we try to feature, and we, in our Discord, have a bot that basically will tell you when certain people are streaming different things. In addition to that, every single Friday we've started doing table reads now, so we're always looking for people to read roles. So if you're interested, have a mic, and want to read something, please contact me following the stream. That's about it.
Cool. And Sitnos.
I stream randomly, so don't expect much.
Oh, wow.
Same.
Wow.
Same. Yeah, I streamed all of June, and then I decided to sort of give it a break, and now I'm working as well, so I'm still just trying to balance work and letting my brain cool off from doing work.
I have a feeling.
But yeah, I'm going to be streaming more, and I'm going to be streaming every Saturday that we can do this thing at. So next session is going to be not this Saturday, so it's not going to be the 13th. It's going to be the 20th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the same
Starting
time
on
when
time,
this one was supposed to start, but I got late because there was an electrical fire at my employment.